How to make a bookkeeping business plan. And I'm going to be talking about how to do that from the perspective of One Up on Wall Street, a book by Peter Lynch. So I make these videos primarily because I know that if I would have had that something like this 7 years ago, I'd be a lot further in the game, and it would have been a lot easier for me to grow my accounting firm to six figures. It took me about 14 months to be able to have my first $15,000 month in my accounting firm, and it shouldn't take me that long, just quite frankly, but I just didn't know what I didn't know. So now I make videos for this. And for some people, like if they want extra help, they can always go and reach out to me and join inside the private mastermind program and the private mentorship program so they can grow their business as well. But that's the book. And so the number one thing, and the reason why I'm even using this book today is because this is all about investing. Now, even though this book is about investing inside of the stock market, I was able to utilize a lot of the principles that are inside, but instead of investing in stocks, I was investing my time into my business. And let's talk about how to do that so that you can make a lot more money a lot faster without really spinning your wheels like, most people do. Now, number one, okay, the analogy I always like to use is like being an investor, but you're investing your time and your money. Now, a lot of people don't really understand that time is more important than money. When most people are getting started, they're like afraid to spend their money. They're afraid to take on like overhead expenses. They're afraid to advertise. They're afraid to go and pay money for a website, right? And I'm not saying you have to do any of those things. I'm just making the example. What you should really be focused on is if you're not going to be spending a lot of money, you need to make sure you are spending your time very wisely. And there's a couple different things that you need to be thinking about when you're doing that. So the first one, you need to be investing your time in marketing and activities that are simple. Okay, so when I was first getting started, I got a piece of information from a family friend who, she owned this like $1 million laser company. And she's like, you need to go and make your brochures, your website, and your literature. If you don't have those, you're not going to be able to sell. And that took me about 3 months to be able to make those because like at first I tried to do the website myself, and that took a little while, and I paid someone to do the website, and then like we paid someone to make my brochures, and we paid to go, and it was just all this time that was being spent. And even though it wasn't very much money, it was just the fact that our time was being sucked away and spent. In those first 4 months we made $0. We made $0. We were just spending all of our time just kind of driving from place to place, going to Chamber of Commerce to networking events, and like we would stick our brochures that we made and we spent all that money for, and we just put them on the Chamber of Commerce. Like they have like a bookshelf with different brochures, and even 7 years later, I still go back to that same Chamber of Commerce every like I think it's like every once a month or every 2 weeks, and because I do like this I do like this give back program for people who are just starting out a business. Um, and then we just kind of give them advice about how to grow a little bit faster. But all that to say, whenever I go past that bookshelf, I still see those original brochures sitting there and the old ones too. Like no one has picked them up. And it's just kind of funny to see that and just be like, wow, that did not work. Instead, nowadays we invest our time is just leverageable ways and simple ways to be able to get our message out to more people. Number one, that's LinkedIn. Number two is Instagram. Number three would be utilizing more of like a referral strategy. And we'll talk about the referral strategy in a minute. But we have to make sure this stuff is simple. You have to go as direct to the end client as possible. Now, most people, what they try and do when they first get started is they like try and go on Upwork, right? And Upwork is not bad if you're trying to get like your first 1 to 3 clients, but in a lot of cases, you're so underpaid because you're competing against people who are lowering their price so low, so it makes it very hard for most people to stand out. Now, I'm not saying you can't stand out. There are some people that make a good amount of money using Upwork as their main lead source. However, for the average individual who's just getting started and does not know what to do, you're generally not going to be making much money. I've had students inside of my mentorship program, like for example, JT, he was having trouble actually charging $30 per hour. Now, keep in mind, he is a CPA with about 9 years industry experience, right? And they weren't giving more than $30 per hour. So his max client when we first started working there was about $300 per month. And I was sitting there like, whoa, bro, like that's way too low. And he's like, I have to be able to go and like, offer higher value services and stuff. And I'm like, we could just go and get clients that actually want your help and are willing to pay you more money because they're just better quality clients. He's like, what? So that's what he started doing. Like he started charging like $750 per month for like 150 transactions. Then we gave him a virtual CFO service offer that allows him to be able to start his prices off at $2,000 per month for very passive work. It's more just like analysis and things like that. But the whole point of that is to say is he started investing in like social media marketing. So being able to build a small audience of about 300 business owners that were doing anywhere from like, 6 figures to 8 figures who started really taking a liking to him and started really connecting to him. So nowadays it's very simple. He doesn't really have to do very much. He doesn't have to do much in the form of like marketing. He spends probably about 30 minutes, if that, per day on marketing. And all his marketing now revolves around is like, who wants to work with me? And then people just raise their hand. Now, I'm not saying that that's how he started. He didn't start like that. We did have to do some harder work in the beginning, but due to it being like a really simplified task, which brings us even into number three, it's simple. Okay, so now the next thing. So now that you have your simple process, you need to make sure that the process you're doing are actually able to be leveraged in the future to make it easier and easier to get one new client. So just like you talked about with JT going back, nowadays, since we did those activities that were very simple, it made it very easy for us to leverage it now. So he's not spending a huge amount of time doing marketing. And people, they try and copy his front end marketing strategy. When I say front end, that just means the stuff that you can see, meaning that he'll make a post on his profile and it'll be very simple, like who wants to work with me, or who wants this, or how many people haven't gotten this? And he'll get like 14, 15 to 20 people saying that they either want to work with him or they're interested in what he has to offer. And a lot of people are like, oh wow, so that's a great post. So they copy and paste that exact same post and put it on their profile, and nothing happens, right? And the reason why is because it's not about the post. It's not about making a social media post. It's really about the audience and the connection with that audience that over time allows you to be able to make simple posts that allow you to be able to get just way higher yield and higher amounts of money per post. So that's what you really have to start thinking about. For example, for him, his high leverage activity was connecting with people on LinkedIn and then making a post. And connecting with more people on LinkedIn and then making a post. Now, within connecting on LinkedIn, you have to know how to target the right people. You have to know how to go after the right industry vertical. You have to know how to target people who have like the right company headcount. So it is a lot of complexity. It is very like it's different from person to person. So you might want to go after construction companies versus someone might want to go after like a solar company. So we really have to be able to kind of sit in front of you to actually see that. Now, if you want more customized help being able to grow your business, so you've been seeing some of my videos, maybe this is your first video here, but you know that you could be reaching your goal a lot faster if you had someone guiding you by the hand, walking you through and showing you how to grow your business. If that's something that you really want, go ahead and click on the link inside the description below to book a call with me to see if I can help you. And on that call, we're basically going to look at where you are, going to look at where you want to go. And I'm going to make, if I think I can actually help you out, I'm going to make you an offer to join the program. We're going to describe exactly what's involved in there. And then we can start working together to accomplish your goals together. Now, if it's not quite the right time for you, that's okay. Keep watching these videos, keep soaking in. But if it is the right time, if you're ready, go ahead and click on the link inside the description or the comment section below. Book a call with me. Let's see if I can help you out. Let's go reach your goals. Now, back to what we're talking about, okay? So high leverage activity, you need to always be thinking about that, okay? Because what you should be thinking is, what can I do today that is going to make it easier for me to book a call 1 month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? A good example of this is Audrey. So, like we talked about with LinkedIn, when you start building your LinkedIn network or even your Facebook network, whichever one, I personally like using LinkedIn more because it's more scalable and you can start automating it pretty quickly. But she basically just started connecting with the right people. Then we were talking about December like 20th, like the week before Christmas. I was like, hey, you're trying to grow again, right? She goes, yeah, let's grow. I was like, okay, cool. So at the last day of December, I need you to turn on your LinkedIn machine, make sure the targeting's right. And what we're going to do is we're going to just run a really simple messenger campaign on the first week of January. And then she's like, okay. She ran a campaign. She got 7 people to book a call with her. Out of those 7, immediately in that same week, 4 of them said yes. About 1 month later, the 5th person said yes, who had said, it's not the best time. And then a month later, that's in March, a couple of days ago, the 6th person came back and said they're finally ready. So that's six out of 7 people that ended up signing up with her. But it was all because she had a high leverage activity. And in the beginning, it did take a little bit of time for her to be able to get people who said they wanted her help. But then 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, now it's easier. So anytime that she wants to go and make more money, we say, hey, turn on the machine, run this specific campaign, let's go and get some money flowing in. And it's a very consistent kind of way to grow the business. And I'm super, super excited for her to be able to do that because it's just like, okay, you work at a comfortable pace. You get your operations in place. So she's now hiring like a subcontractor because she's at about $13,400 per month. Okay, cool. So now you have hire a subcontractor. Then this week we're gonna turn back on the machine. We're gonna see about getting maybe another like 3 to 5 more calls on the calendar. And then once those 3 to 5 calls get on the calendar, we're gonna just book some more sales and she's gonna grow again. This time around, we're looking for her to maybe pick up between 2 to 3 clients for between $1,000 to $3,000 per month. So on the high end, it could be about an extra $9,000 per month that she's going to go and grab, or it could be 3 clients for $1,000 a month. There's just a range, right? And we can't really predict that until we've actually seen the scope of the work. But for her, we're thinking about it's going to be about a $9,000 month, especially because like one of her old clients, we have a way inside of my program of how to get an existing client to pay you more money by either expanding the scope or changing the value that you're bringing to them mid-contract. So they see that, oh, wow, so this person is like really, really more valuable than what they were. Like a good example, this is like Lizzie. We have a video inside of the channel that just shows like how she was able to take a client from like $1,500 a month the client was paying her to about $6,000 per month the client is now paying her. And it's a really cool process. Now, once again, like if you want help growing your business, like you're tired of doing this thing the hard way, or maybe you haven't gotten started yet, but you want to get started, you're just a little bit afraid. Um, and not even that you're afraid, you just don't really know what to do. But if you did know what to do and you've been maybe doing some research and you had someone guiding you along the path, you'd be able to grow this thing a lot faster. Go ahead and click on the link inside the description below to book a call with me. Like we're just gonna look at where you are, where do you want to go. If I think I can help you out, I'm gonna make you an offer to join the program. It's the price of the program is ridiculously low compared to the value you get. Generally, people get about anywhere between $10,000 to about $12,000 per month at the end of 6 months of working with me, and the cost is just a fraction of that. So if you want some help, go ahead and click on the link inside the description below. If it's not quite the right time yet, or it's just not the right scenario for you, then don't worry about not booking a call. Just keep watching these videos, and when you're ready, then let's move forward and let's talk about working together. If that's you, I'll see you on the call. If it's not you, we'll see you in the future. I'll see you soon. Okay. Have a great day. Talk to you later.